Hello, my lovely people. James, Jason, and John are back today. And today, we have a lot of dumplings.
So what we were looking at was, as we kind of talked about before in some of the other videos, about the calories per day. And we looked at the average amount of calories that like a person eats per day. The recommended amount is about 2,000. The average that people actually eat is about 3,600. And so I would say if we're going around 2,000, that means the average meal is about 700 or so calories, something like that.
Give or take, yeah.
From what is recommended. If we're going for what it really is about 1,200. So what I decided to do or suggest is that at Costco, they have these dumplings where you can get 4 dumplings is only 50 calories. And so what we're gonna do today is we are going to eat the entire recommended amount of calories per meal just with these dumplings. Meaning that each one, or each 4 sets is 50 dumplings. So here
60,
we have
right?
60 dumplings.
Man, I understand the calorie count thing, but this may be a bit overboard.
Ah, it's too easy.
And this looks, the original idea was 100. We backed off a little bit.
I could do it. Can you pass them in?
Yep, Murin? Okay. So the
All
dipping
right.
sauce we got in front of us today is Sriracha, the #1 brand. Best one. Regular basic soy sauce, sesame seed oil, mirin, and sweet soy sauce.
Mirin.
Don't correct my pronunciation. So I'm gonna make my own dipping concoction.
Oh boy.
What sauce did you guys mix?
I went with sodium, soy sauce, less sodium, and some mirin. Oh, it's that.
I went with the sweet soy and the mirin. I don't know how good of an idea this is going to be. It's very sweet. I might do a little bit of the regular soy sauce and the mirin just to see if that'll counteract some of the sweetness there.
I'm doing Sriracha, regular soy sauce, and sesame seed oil.
All right,
All right.
we good to go?
Oh, so are we going to try and see if you can clear these first? Or?
Oh, if that was the case, I'd totally win. I'd just grab this with my hand and back. I'm not even joking.
That's what we should eat with our hands.
But, you know, all 3 of us have some sort of Asian heritage here, so we decided chopsticks are the way to go.
Yeah. We're civilized.
Sometimes.
Barely.
Oh, is this gonna be coming out after our Valentine's vlog? Yeah, it is, huh?
It will, yes.
Yeah. So,
This will be in about 3 weeks.
yeah.
Aha.
3 weeks or so.
All right, let's try these. Like, very good.
A lot of cilantro.
That's probably why 4 is only 50.
You know what?
50 calories down.
It's all
I think-
cilantro.
I think the best video blog we've done so far, or the most entertaining I like, is the Valentine's Day one.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, John will provide links. It's very funny.
I know, I enjoyed it.
And the way that it went about too is kind of a funny story too. So I wrote on my Facebook, I said, hey guys, friends, family of mine, if you guys have any suggestions for videos that we can do by testing out different gardening tools, please leave that in the comments down below. And one of my friends who's kind of a troll, hey Felipe, he suggested bring a hoe on a date.
Are you allowed to give them away?
Oh, I already did. I credited him in the video and everything. And then so I was like, that's hilarious and horribly wrong, so no. And then I went to James the next day and I was like, oh, hey, I wrote on Facebook about suggesting. He goes, oh, did you get anything? I was like, oh, I got one, but it was just my friend being a punk. He's like, what? And he goes, he said to bring a hoe on a date. And James is like, we could do that. and so we did. We did.
We did.
Not gonna lie, very clever wordplay. If anybody else has any great ideas like that one, leave in the comments, please.
Yes. And our dipping bowls,
Hey, don't go knocking on the dipping bowls.
improvised by Jason. They're bottom of the cups, styrofoam cups.
Hey, short notice, man. Gotta do what we gotta do.
That's like cheating.
How is that cheating? I just want to know, how is that cheating?
Wait, is this really like we're doing competition style? Like try and eat as much of these as we can?
Oh no, if it wasn't, this would probably be all gone by now. I'm pretty sure I could just destroy this. But I'm not, because I'm civilized with chopsticks.
Plus, if you stuff your face, you can't tell the story that came up.
Speaking of stories, so I have one. It's a little different from our normal stories, as this one doesn't actually pertain to anything garden related. However, I'm gonna want to make more sauce. Can you pass the midden and the low calorie or low
sodium?
Sodium, yes, please. So this one,
What is low sodium?
yeah. This story actually has to do with what we're eating today, dumplings. So, did you know that there was something that was considered the Great Dumpling War of 1967?
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, apparently,
Have you heard this?
I've not. No.
the Great Dumpling War of 1967 took place in Germany. Where is this place? Passing Germany.
Wait, they had dumplings in Germany
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Not these kind of dumplings, though, right?
back then?
I don't think these kind, because the person was stating that his wife makes like way better dumplings, and he considers the dumplings that us Americans eat as being like, what do you call them? Soggy, mushy pieces of, I'm not going to mention, but just basically like the dumplings that we have are just not really good. I think maybe the dumplings in Germany maybe more be like biscuits. I'm sorry if I'm getting it completely wrong, but from what it sounds like, they're just harder than what we have here. Yeah, so the German Air Force and the United States Air Force were flying aircraft vehicles too low to the ground. And this man, Helmut Winter, was opposed to this because he didn't like how they were flying so low to the ground and near his house. So what Mr. Winter did, as any reasonable man would do, was he wrote letters to complain. He also crafted a giant crossbow that launches dumplings.
Wait, what? Please tell me that there's a picture of this crossbow.
There is pictures. So when I first came across this, I was like, this can't be real. And then I looked it up and I was like, this was totally real. This happened. There is a picture of this guy with a dumpling crossbow. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen here so you can see this crossbow launching dumpling
launcher
device
crossbow.
that he made.
That's amazing.
So what he did was he took this crossbow and then he took his wife's dumplings and he would launch them at airplanes or aircrafts that were flying too low to the ground. He claims that he never actually successfully hit one. It was just more as to just annoy them.
When was this?
1967.
Oh man, look at James looking it up. I can't believe it was that recent.
Let's see. There it is. Right there. Yep.
Oh my god, no.
And then I'll post that picture. Oh, we could try that. But yeah, I'll also put the picture up. So he would take this crossbow and he would launch dumplings at them. Eventually, the townspeople caught on and they were actually applauding his efforts. They loved it. And they were actually calling him the Robin Hood of Munchies.
What? Did you actually hit anyone?
He claims that he has never hit anyone.
So that's like wasting food. What are you doing, man?
But what happened was the German army was the first to surrender they stopped flying their vehicles so low to the ground. Whereas the United States, U.S. Air Force decided to take a more diplomatic approach.
Eat them as they come.
They went back and they went back and they invited Mr. Helmut and his wife over for dinner at the base, where they actually made a formal letter of surrender to him and took him on a tour of the base, where he showed him a helicopter aircraft that had a dumpling-sized dent into it. Where Mr. Winter said and claimed, "I have never actually hit a vehicle."
Oh.
Where he has claimed that he's never actually hit a vehicle, and the wife did take dumplings with her to the base, and the U.S. Air Force, what was his name? Poop.
Poop.
Poop?
No, his name wasn't Poop. I thought I wrote it down. I did not. Oh, here we go. Major Donald Murphy, therefore took one of the dumplings that the wife brought with her and put it into the den, and it matched perfectly.
What's his special dinner and dumplings?
Well, they ended up eating fried chicken and dumplings after that for the successful treaty signing.
I saw
awesome.
some of his dumplings.
There's a picture.
Yeah,
of
so what Mr. Winter ended up doing is he brought his crossbow with him and the basket of dumplings that the wife brought, and they ended up donating it to the museum over there on the base. Whether or not that is actually still there, I don't know. But I just thought that was a pretty interesting story. I googled the Great Dumpling War as a joke, and then something actually popped up.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, like
One, he's got some aim. Do you know what he did as a profession?
What?
Was he like an engineer or something? Because that's a really well made crossbow.
he launched dumplings as a profession.
Professional dumpling launcher.
Put that on a
Put that on your business cards.
Oh.
The dumplings are those aren't dumplings.
Like rocks.
They look kind of like biscuits to me.
They look like nikupans. Meat buns.
Oh yeah.
We call them monopole.
Oh yeah.
Manipula.
Monopole. You know what that actually reminds me of? You remember the scene from the recent A-Team movie, fairly recent A-Team movie, where they're in the tank and the tank is flying down. They're shooting at the planes in the tank.
I never watched the 18. Sorry.
Oh, you're killing me. Put up a scene. Put up that scene. Insert tanks.
No.
Oh, sadness.
Need a little more soy sauce. That's an interesting story.
Great Dumpling War of 1967.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So, how did we cook these dumplings again, guys?
We nuked it.
The non-proper way.
Yeah, we cooked it the way any good college kid would, in the microwave.
Chef
So-
Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, so we ended up cooking these in the microwave. We did about 20 at a time for about 2.5 minutes each on high with a wet towel over it. That way, they didn't spontaneously burst into flames or anything like that.
The best way we cook these would have been pan seared with a nice little sear in the bottom.
Oh, amen to that.
I'm actually a fan of steaming.
Is that why these are here?
Yeah, we didn't have a way to actually steam it though.
They're unused.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I'm guessing if they were used, they'd definitely smell of like buns or something, huh?
Yeah. Smell like nice bamboo. I don't think I should eat breakfast this morning.
I know. What's up?
I was hungry. Hard to resist.
Let's see what
So
I have this morning.
before my dumplings, I had a nice, good-sized breakfast burrito. A half rack of ribs. This was my breakfast. I don't know why I'm eating ribs for breakfast.
Well,
And then some sticky rice. But yeah.
I'm
No.
saying ribs are an anytime meal, man. I'd eat ribs. I'd eat ribs anytime.
So good.
I'm not a huge fan of ribs.
Really?
I don't like having them fight the bone.
Ah,
Well, if it
Makes
cooks
sense.
just right, it comes right off.
It's just
Yeah.
I never understood people with their fascination of like liking food
With bone in it?
with like little meat and like more bone than meat, and that's how I feel about ribs. Like a lot of times there's more bone than meat. It's like rattlesnake. Have you guys ever had rattlesnake before?
I've not. No.
I've had snake before.
Yeah, and like snake, it's just mostly bone.
Make it the
No.
soy sauce and the mirin.
Which soy sauce?
That one, the green one,
Less sodium.
with 37% less sodium. I do.
Oh man.
What's in these?
Chicken and
chicken?
cilantro.
Chicken and cilantro?
I think lettuce or cabbage or something.
Yeah, tastes like. It's definitely got that
They look like cilantro.
vegetative thing in there. So, dumpling war, huh?
I think you had something. Channel.
Yeah.
You got.
Probably not as entertaining as John's story, but after getting those succulents from that fair a couple weeks ago, I started looking up other kind of interesting types of plants. Completely forgot that there are actually carnivorous plants.
This is what happens when you cook with paper towel.
What?
Paper towel.
It all goes through the same.
More fiber. I know.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
what about these plants?
So,
A carnivorous cactus.
I think there actually might be, but I found something pretty interesting about them. Did you know that there are 5 kind of main methods that they use to catch their prey?
Yes.
Really?
A cactus? No.
Yes, not cactus, but carnivorous plants.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lied. I'm lying. I know some though. There is the one that's like Weeping Bell, the Pokemon, where they just secrete like a very delicious smell, and they land inside of it, and then the sides are too slippery, so they can't slip out, and then they just disintegrate or get digested in like the little goop that's down there.
Yeah, that's a pitfall type of carnivorous plant.
You have like the Venus flytrap style, where like I was gonna say tongs, but that's not it. The teeth like close around it, and then they digest it that way.
Yeah, those are snap trap types of carnivorous plants.
You have the one where it's like it just left open and it's sticky, so they land on top of it and they can't move anymore. It's not like they can slip out, but it's just they're stuck there, and then they slowly get digested that way.
Yeah, those are called flypaper carnivorous plants.
Did you read his thing?
No,
Are you cheating?
I did biology when I was in college, and like
No, yeah.
this is really cool. And I think there's one. I don't know that there's one that's kind of like they can go in, but they can't get out. Is that one?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Those types are called lobster traps or eel traps, mainly because
You go
like
in.
a good lobster trap, they can come in, but then if they try to go out, it actually pushes these hairs and locks them in. So that's the other kind. There's also a bladder trap.
Bladder trap.
Yeah. So think of like a turkey baster. When you squeeze and then let go, it
Yeah.
sucks things in.
Oh yeah.
That's essentially what it does.
Seriously?
Yeah. and the cool thing is, while these are the 5 major types, a lot of these carnivorous plants work by putting more than one of these methods together, which is really neat.
For a second, I don't know why, but this is where my brain went with, where Jason was saying a lot of these carnivorous plants, and for whatever reason, I thought the next words he was going to say are vegetarian. I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. But he didn't say anything near that. But yeah,
No, that's great. And it's kind of neat too, because not only like are they very interesting about how they catch their prey, a lot of times too what happens is these are like really like seasonal plants, and they grow in really like almost toxic environments to most other plants. Some actually require so much of like different minerals in the soil to grow that like if any other plant tried to grow there, it would end up harming itself before it got the rest of the nutrients it needs. On top of that, most of these kinds of plants like the Venus flytrap, they're native to more like bogland because the soil there is so difficult to grow in that like they have to hunt in order to get their food. In addition to that, a lot of these plants are symbiotic. They actually have different relationships with like other insects.
like venom.
Yeah, actually, that's not a far analogy. One of them is like there's actually a pitcher ant. So the weeping bell like pitcher plant you were talking about.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, what they actually do is they'll go in, and they're one of the few insects or animals that can actually traverse up and down the actual walls of the plant.
Yeah.
Usually they're so slick or waxy that other animals can't come out.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is they'll go in and they'll clean the plant.
Oh.
So they'll eat all the stuff that's inside of it that didn't get digested, and then they'll clean the waxy exterior to make sure that stuff keeps falling in. So that's one of the relationships. There's another one that actually uses like a shrew and a mouse to help.
Sounds like a Disney movie.
Right? It's so weird,
shrew
but
and a mouse.
it's super cool. If you guys are interested, there's a lot of information on these kinds of plants out there. On top of that, they used to be fairly rare to find and exotic, but certain ones like the Venus flytraps, they've been becoming more, they've been grown more in nurseries and such in recent decades. Really neat.
One thing that I did hear of, and I don't know how true it is, but I think it makes sense to me, is that a lot of times people will say, excuse me, keep burping.
Is that Gatorade?
If you don't, what?
Is that Gatorade?
No, it's water with food coloring. People would say, if you don't want flies or gnats around your apartment or room or whatever, get a Venus flytrap. And that is actually false. That is the opposite of what you want to do, because these plants purposely release pheromones into the air to attract these flies, because they have to attract their food source. So by getting these, you're not getting rid of the ones that are there, you're putting out the potential to invite more into your room or office space, which it makes sense. Like, why would they entirely kill off their food source without being able to gain any more?
Whoever put that out is lying.
On top of that, they actually found that the more actively carnivorous a plant was, the more dangerous or toxic the environment they lived in was. Because there's something called carnivory, which is how prone something is, to eat flesh or meat. So, with that being said, it takes a lot of energy to use these hunting tools that the plants have.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a risk-reward situation where, in order for them to, need to do this, it has to have a higher reward than what they can normally get by photosynthesis, energy-wise.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of carnivorous plants, my first one I ever had was a Venus flytrap.
really?
So, are they supposed to die after they eat something?
No, they're not.
Like the head clamps, right?
Yeah.
You sure the head doesn't decay?
No.
No, it's not supposed to. Well, actually, no, that's actually a good point. Many of these plants are seasonal. So they will kind of reduce themselves down to a more sustainable state and then grow themselves back out as the season changes.
So you're saying I didn't kill my plant?
No, you
You
probably
did.
didn't kill your plant. It just
100%
maybe
you
got
did.
too cold or something, so it went into a dormant state, dropped those leaves, it would grow them back.
I tried to feed it flies.
Really?
Well, some people do that. Some people get like a can of Vienna sausage or something like that and give it to their plant. I'm not really actually Vienna sausage, but they don't have flies or anything. They'll give it meat because
No, I mean, it will provide the same kind of nutrients. In fact, a lot of these plants, when I do say carnivorous, I do mean that they primarily go after insects, but if a mouse falls into a pitcher plant, that thing's gone.
The mouse is gone or the plant's gone?
The mouse.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think the plant's gone.
No, because a lot of these pitcher plants actually have kind of like how we have stomach acid. They have like kind of a similar liquid inside of the pitcher. So that's what ends up dissolving any prey that comes in. In addition to that, something interesting that I found out is they were looking into some of the stuff that they produce, and actually found that it is kind of antifungal. So I think it was in Tel Aviv, they're trying to synthesize antifungals from these carnivorous plants.
John's making a lot of noise. Sorry. Making a lot of noise.
man was not meant to eat 60 dumplings.
Actually, I'm doing pretty good for having a pretty big breakfast.
No, I was gonna say.
Oh man. If we're gonna do this next time, we need a cold side dish or something. Because that can offset this and I can just keep going. But,
Right, no, I agree. after a while, the texture and stuff gets repetitive. And
We've been talking about boba for a while now.
you know what? For the next one, we'll bring boba.
What if we do like a giant boba thing?
Yeah!
Have you ever seen that? They made like the world's biggest boba here. I want to say it was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if that's been broken. Over in like Orange County, they had like a big thing about it. And it was, yeah, the world's giant boba or something.
We can do that.
It's
Like the world's giant boba?
No. Each one of us have like maybe a gallon of boba.
Yeah.
A gallon of boba.
I think
Oh,
you guys
so
do that
much
one.
chewing. Oh man, the tapioca.
Oh, yeah.
Funny enough, and Jason can back me up on this one. In Hawaii, like majority of people don't know it as boba.
Mm-hmm.
They call it bubble drink.
Bubble tea.
Yeah,
Either way.
I don't know why. It's just bubble. The bubble drink, bubble tea. Like boba is so much easier. And like they have like bubble tea. And the funniest thing is that there's a store that I went to in I think it was like Eva or Makiki. No, not Makiki.
Man, those are-
Eva. I think Eva side. And the shop was called something boba shop or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But inside the shop itself, you would not find boba. it was all said bubble tea. But the shop was called boba.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try the sweet soy sauce.
Oh.
I don't know. I actually just prefer the straight. It's weird. The sweet one is,
Interesting.
yeah, it's very interesting.
Try it. So maybe boba next time. I'm down.
I mean,
And then we'll
Yeah.
stick a boba.
I think boba is actually a plant byproduct, like straight plant byproduct.
It's tapioca.
Special kind though. I remember hearing something about like a crash or something in like a tapioca boat or something.
Like-
I'll see if I can find that info for next
I
time.
think it's called like what, cassava something. Cassava, the name of the plant.
Oh yeah. I meant that there was like a weird boating disaster because somebody was hauling boba.
But I don't like that sweet soy sauce.
Right? It doesn't taste right.
Weird.
I mean, on meat, sure, that would be really good. Cook that up, but
Whew. So I'm gonna reveal something here.
What?
When we first decided to do this,
You wanted dumplings.
I did. I thought it was a great idea.
Do you still want dumpling? We got more.
how many more do we have?
We still have a whole bag and a half. So like another maybe 200. So when I first decided to do this, I was like, we should do the average meal, which is like 500 calories. So that's what I was going with, which would have been like 40 something dumplings. And James was like, no, we're gonna do 100. And then so we're like, okay. So we started prepping to make 100 dumplings or the wontons each. And when I was like, James, are you sure you want us to do 100? He's like, yes, keep cooking. And then he came up here. He's like, well, how much is that? I said, that's 60. He's like, stop.
I had breakfast.
Was that the only reason you said no?
I don't know how you guys ate that. Like, I feel like I ate more than you guys. Because you guys seem totally fine. I'm over here slightly dying.
I am
I think
dying.
it's the pacing.
I'm dying inside. Nobody knows.
Oh, either way, this is the first challenge that I actually finished.
We got one. You finished
I'm
it
almost
now.
there.
Huh?
You finished 8 by 8.
Oh yeah, never mind.
This will be the first challenge
pizza was the
I
only one
finished
that
if I finished this.
Costco pizza was actually the only one that I just
How many you got left,
finished.
Jason?
Well,
I got 9.
I have 1 conglomerated mass and 2 small. You just turned me into a dumpling race?
No, I'm not racing you. I race you. I'm gonna puke it out.
Got 8. Now 7. Dun, dun, dun.
Clap.
We don't need to clap sync.
So, James, you got any interesting stories today?
No.
No? Absolutely none?
None.
Shocking. At
I'm
least
just here to entertain you guys and talk to you.
I don't think I could eat. I could eat more dumplings, but then I would be verging on I'm about to throw up stage.
Been there.
Okay, really quick question. Does
No,
cilantro-
Jason, you did not have 60 dumplings. I lied. You actually had 59. We ran out of dumplings, and I had 61, but that's okay.
No, I was
James,
gonna-
you had an even 60.
No, I was gonna ask. With cilantro, does it taste weird to you guys?
Some people cannot stand the taste of cilantro.
Yeah, like it tastes like soap to them, right?
I don't know.
Or something,
It's just
yeah.
I know like some people just cannot stand the taste of cilantro. Like they eat it and they will throw it up or they gag. Like they just cannot stand it.
I don't
I've
understand.
met a couple people like that.
It's so bland to me.
Cilantro?
There's no flavor.
Oh,
Really?
Oh.
Maybe in this there's flavor, but just a raw plant.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
The greatest thing is that I feel like I'm full for the rest of the day, and it's only 700 calories.
again, calorie count to food mass. This is kind of amazing.
I think I'm on the verge of almost 2,000 already.
The ribs, the breakfast burrito. I mean, we still have breakfast burritos too, but me and Jason took the smart path and not ate before eating. Not eating before eating?
Yeah,
No.
it's still sitting over there.
Not ate before eating.
Not eating.
We
Not
haven't
eating.
eaten before eating this.
We haven't ate before eating.
I like
Two English
to
majors,
eat,
and we're failing
eat,
right now.
Eat apples and bananas.
We haven't ate before eating. We haven't eat before eating. We haven't ate before eating. We haven't ought before oughting.
Oot before ooting.
Whoa, dude. Language.
Oh my goodness. So,
Just to say I didn't overindulge, I'm tapping out 6.
6.
I've got 2 more. I can't tap out now. I look like a punk if I tap out now.
That's why I was staring at my 4. I was like, I'm gonna do 50. And then I was staring, I was like, there's only 10 more. Well, technically 51. I tried one before we started because
You
I
did.
wanted to see the This is so
Cook time.
stupid. Why did I give you 59 if I tried one before? Anyway,
That's his fault. That's all your fault.
that's my fault. Well, because the bag that I was using ran out at 19 instead of 20. And then I was just, now I'm thinking about it, like, why didn't I just give you one of mine? Because then that would have made it even 60 for everybody. What do you
You
think?
should've.
I had dumplings on the brain. Or
How about this?
wontons.
59.
You eat one of James?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
We need the rest of them.
You're gonna eat the rest? Oh no, then you're gonna beat me!
You gonna do it?
I think we're going by speed. I think you took
Oh.
us, but
Yeah,
No,
you-
but
you
still,
do it.
I don't want you to beat me.
well, let's see. There's no.
I was gonna grab it.
My
Hell,
goodness.
man, I was gonna grab it.
That's kind of amazing.
But we're not wasting any food today. There are too many.
So I hit 60, 59
64.
for some reason.
How many you guys stole?
What, did you want to get a squared number or something, or what is this?
Suffering.
That is what food suffering looks like.
Keep it down, please. It's turning red.
So, what's the next food challenge?
Durian again.
No! I don't know if I could do durian again.
I think we got, what? Would you consider this a healthy one or a junk one?
This is actually
definitely not
both.
healthy.
Definitely not healthy?
Well, maybe, but
Calorie
the
count
amount
wise?
that we ate, calorie-wise, yeah, it's good. But the amount that we ate, that's a ridiculous amount of food.
Find a gallon of boba each.
Yes! Yes!
So then we gotta find a place that'll give us a gallon of boba.
I think I might know a couple places.
3 gallons.
3 gallons, okay.
3
Well-
total.
If you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. We post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you're coming back for just the mukbang, those will be on Thursday.
Yep. We're going to the bathroom and puke now. See you guys later.
I'm not. Maybe.
See you guys.
All right.
See ya. Goodness.
That's good.
No.